Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming out to training this evening, Wednesday night training on June the 25th. It is great to see everyone in the house tonight. We have a lot of new faces. I tell you, every week we have more new people showing in, and it is absolutely great to see you. We have training each and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think it's Central Daylight Time now. So, make sure you come and join us. Be a part of this weekly training. We'd love to have you. We have a great time in here. There's a lot of great information. We share a lot of great information, and it's just a good time for everyone. So that's every Wednesday night, and if you happen to miss a training or something like that, they're always recorded and uploaded. Let me get my things squared away here so it'll shift. There we go. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, join our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. That's youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. It would be absolutely wonderful to have you. Be a great opportunity for you to see what's happening and get the information that you need. And so I invite you to join that youtube.com/instant App Wizard. It's just awesome place to be able to get the information, and would love to have you join that instant YouTube group. Also, if you would, like us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Instant App Wizard. That's facebook.com/Instant App Wizard. Now, that's our actual Facebook page. Also, if you would, take out your phone right now. I want everybody to pick up their phone because we get so many calls and say, hey, is training tonight, or when is training, or whatever it is. And please, if you would, pick up your phone and text AppCall, AppCall, to 727-478-1343. That's 727-478-1343. And as we roll along here, also you can always go to instantappwizard.com/training, instantappwizard.com/training. Also, if you would, join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Instant App Wizard. Let me just say real quick, first off, you have to have a Facebook page. You just can't go there and join. You have to have a Facebook page. Secondly, when you join, if your name does not match the name that you signed up with Instant App Wizard, I will not approve you. You need to send an email with what you're signing up as, and you'd be amazed at how many people have a Facebook page that doesn't have the same name that they use. And I don't understand that, but anyway, that happens all the time, and I disapprove people. Then they call upset because they didn't get in, and that's because they didn't hear me say you've got to have the same name. I check it against our database, and you cannot get in without it, okay? So you have to make sure, and we do that for a very specific reason. We do that to protect you, and we do that so that there's not a bunch of spam going in and out of the group. We do that so that we can actually do work in there and give suggestions and ideas and make that group work. We monitor it very, very closely, and that's kind of our baby. And that's become our forum, and we do not let people in that are not a part of the group. All I do is disapprove you until somebody finally emails me and says, hey, Kerry, I'm trying to get in. This is who I am. And I'll email them back and say, well, what did you sign up as? And they tell me their name they signed up as, and guess what? They really are part of the Instant App Wizard family, and then I let them in. So that's not to keep people out. That is to protect each and every one of you so we can use that group like it's supposed to be. I want to thank Mike Cahill real quick. Mike always posts a lot of great stuff in the Facebook group, and this is the kind of information I'm talking about. And Mike, I think, posted this a while back, and I don't know if I showed it or not, but Mike posted this again. It's public domain photos. You know, we're always looking for good photos for when we're building logos or building backgrounds and doing that kind of thing. So if you want some good photos, go to public domain, publicphoto.org. just go to the Facebook group and click on this link that he's provided, and it'll take you right there. Mike, I want to thank you once again, buddy. You are always providing great information in the group, and I cannot thank you enough. We have so many people in that group that do so many great things, and they're just awesome, and I appreciate it so much. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate the information you give out. Most importantly, I appreciate the things you share. That is so important, and that's what makes that group so great. Tonight we're going to talk about something. I got this from my wife. Actually, she sent out this mess. She sent a text to me the other day, and it's not if it is it's not if it is. It's not if, it is when, and when it happens, we always win. I added the last part, but she added the first part. If not, it's not if it is. If I can't even say it. It's not if, it's when. And when it happens, we always win. And we're going to talk about that tonight just a little bit, based on some conversations I've had just this past week with some resellers. I want to share something with you real quick. About 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be coming out with a membership site. It's called Mobile Marketing Magician. There's going to be some great stuff in there, and it is going to be a membership site. There's going to be some special stuff for Instant App Wizard. But this is a general site for everybody. It's going to be loaded with content, marketing content, graphics, more graphics than you've ever seen in your life for the mobile apps. There's just going to be a ton of stuff in there, and I'm going to be launching that in a couple of weeks. But the reason I'm showing this to you now is in the morning, I'm going to be posting a special video in the group asking for your help in a very special matter. You will see exactly what it is then. It's a matter that's been laid on my heart, and I believe the first thing we should always do is help others. And so just look for that tomorrow, and I'll be posting that in the group. There'll be a special video and a special link there. So, and I just think it's going to be very powerful. I'm just going to tug at your heartstrings a little bit, but just watch for that tomorrow. There's going to be a special video in the Facebook group. Okay, it's going to be for the Facebook group, and you'll see that in the morning. So when you get up tomorrow, probably by 9 o'clock, that'll be in there. So take a look at it and take a watch, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, tonight we're going to talk about some things that are going to help you close some deals, because the first people we need to educate is who? We need to educate those who we are selling to. You know, we think just because everybody has a mobile phone, and trust me, everybody's walking around with a mobile phone, okay? Matter of fact, more people buy mobile phones and tablets now than desktop computers. It is extremely important that we educate our customers, especially if you want to keep them. I've said this 100 times, and I'll say it 100 more. The customers you will keep is the ones that you educate and you go back and visit, okay? If you do not do that, if you do not educate your customers and you do not go back and visit your customers, guess what you're not going to have next year when it comes renewal time? You're not going to have any customers, because you never said anything to them. They forgot about their mobile app. They didn't know they had a marketing platform. They didn't know anything about Facebook or Twitter or email. They didn't know they could instantaneously reach out to their market with SMS. Excuse me. They didn't know anything. Let me grab one drink of water real quick. Good stuff. Ozarka. You need to get you some. But anyway, they did not know what power they had in their hand. And the reason they do not know that is because we, as the sales team, do not go out and educate. That's the only reason you will lose a customer. Because if you educate them on the marketing platform and the power of the app itself, okay, not the fact that they have a mobile site, okay, not the fact that their site is mobile and everybody's using it and everybody's got a phone. The fact that they've got the power, the marketing power in their hand to reach out to their customers and their clients at the click of a button. Okay, very, 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 very powerful. Most mobile devices right now, and I say most because there's still a few flip phones out there and a few things that people are carrying around. You know, the government's giving away a free phone and it doesn't access the internet. The only thing it does is call. But most mobile devices right now can access the internet. So why is the mobile site so important? Why is that mobile app so important? Because it reaches everybody. Okay, you have the opportunity for your customers to reach out and touch their clients, their customers, with a click of a button. 2014, there will be more online searches via mobile phones than PCs and laptops. Did you hear what I just said? More online searches via mobile phones than PCs and laptops. I'm not going to go over it today because I've got a lot of stuff to cover here. And I want to make sure that I cover it all. But I don't know if you know this, and I don't know how many of you do this, but you can SEO every one of your mobile apps. There's a description spot and a tag spot right inside the mobile app that you can go in and fill out. Trained on this a long time ago. And I still have people ask me, and it's the biggest reason is most people don't go through every single thing on the platform, and I've preached on that forever. You've got to know what you have, okay? You have to be able to go in there and look what you have and see what everything does. But there will be more online searches via mobile phones than PCs and laptops. 9 out of 10 people have taken action as a result of a smartphone search. We have so many of you that do directories, okay? That is a very, very powerful tool. If you SEO that thing correctly and put everything together correctly and do exactly what you're supposed to do, and that app comes up number one when they come into Commerce, Texas and search restaurants, guess what? Those people are going to go right there. Why? Because they're on their phone. They're able to read it. They're going to click on a website that's not mobile friendly, of course. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to click right off of it. Let's talk about mobile friendly sites for just a moment. Okay? Mobile friendly sites turn visitors into customers. It's a proven fact. People will go, if you cannot read what you're driving down the road trying to see, and I'm not condoning driving down the road looking at your phone, even though I do that all the time. My wife is constantly telling me, Carrie, you need to get off your phone. You need to get off your phone. You're going to wreck. And guess what? 9 out of 10 times I'm hitting the rumble strip. And if you don't know what that is, that's the little thing on the side of the road that makes your car feel like it's about to jump out of gear. Okay, you hit the rumble strip. In this world of constant connectivity, consumers expect to find the information that they want when they want it, especially when they're on the go. People are looking for information on the go. Okay? Right now, right then. Our last car we bought it up, saw it online, knew exactly what we wanted when we got there, walked in, and bought exactly what we were going to buy. And not only did we just buy one car, we bought two. Okay? We bought two that day. So they got a double dose from their mobile site. And out of 3 or 4 sites that I pulled up, they were the only ones that were mobile, and I was able to search it going down the road because we were about an hour away. And because I was able to do that, guess what dealership I went to? And we wound up buying 2 cars that day at the same time. We know that this applies to their web browsing experiences on mobile, so we took a deeper look at users' expectations and reactions towards their site experiences on mobile. 6 in 10 people who visit a mobile unfriendly site will leave without taking action. That is the number one thing y'all need to be talking to your customers about. First off, most of them don't even have a website, and it doesn't matter if they do or they don't. They need to have a mobile site. If the fact that in 2014 more people are searching on mobile devices than they are PCs, does it really matter if they have a website? Probably not. Websites are becoming obsolete. I mean, they're really people go that are mobile in a few more years. You're not going to have a PC anymore. You're going to have a tablet, and if everything doesn't fit correctly, guess what? That's why they have responsive websites now. And if a site's not responsive or if a site is not mobile, you cannot read it. You cannot see it. Okay? So that's why the market is so huge. That is the very thing that you need to be sharing with all your customers. That's right. That's right. You know, you go ahead and tell them that 6 out of 10 people are going to walk out of their business and they're going to jump on that. You're exactly right, man. That's no joke. That is no joke. That's a very good point. You know, think about that. You guys are something else. You think about this. You go in and tell somebody, hey, guess what? 6 in 10 of your people are going to walk out of here because you're not mobile friendly, and they're going to be all over that. What a great way to tell them. Thanks for that. You know, what a great way to tell somebody that they're fixing to lose business. 60% of users are more likely to buy from a mobile friendly site. Discover these and more findings from what users want most from mobile sites today. A study from Google conducted by Sterling Research and Smith Geiger independent market research firm. Discover these and more. Now listen, 67%. I said this a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people in a lot of the stores in Dallas did not have Wi-Fi because they didn't want people just coming into their store getting on their Wi-Fi. Well, guess what they found? They found that the Wi-Fi unfriendly stores were starting to lose business, and people were going to the Wi-Fi friendly stores because they were able to search for deals. And guess where the deals were? In the Wi-Fi friendly stores. 67% of users are more likely to buy from a mobile friendly site. 6 in 10 people who visit a mobile unfriendly site will leave without taking action. If you don't get anything else out of tonight's training, if there's nothing else you understand, y'all gotta stop. If there's nothing else that you do not understand, 6 in 10 people who visit a mobile unfriendly site will leave without taking action, and 67% of users are more likely to buy from a mobile friendly site. Now that doesn't mean they're necessarily going to go in there and purchase, but they're going to be able to find what they want, just like I did with the cars. Okay, just like I did with the cars, and I purchased 2 cars. Why? Because their site was mobile friendly. The problem and opportunity is huge. Okay? 75% of users prefer a mobile friendly site. 96% of consumers say they've encountered sites that were clearly not designed for mobile devices. Let me tell you, go do a Google search right now. Go do a Google search right now. Don't stop listening to me, but go do a Google search right now and start pulling up the top 10 sites of whatever you just searched for. People ask me all the time, who do I need to go talk to? But go on your phone and Google whatever niche you're in your town, and I can tell you right now, it'll give you the top 10, 15, 20 businesses you need to go visit. Why? Because what can you do to those websites? They're already number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on Google. Okay? And I'm talking local searches. I'm not talking Yelps and the TripAdvisors and all that crap. I'm talking about the local searches. Okay? You can go in there and you can get all the customers you want. It's not if they're there. It is when they're there. Mobile-friendly sites turn users into customers. 74%, when they visited a mobile-friendly site, 74% of people say they're more likely to return to that site in the future. You know what I do to mobile-friendly sites? I bookmark them. I put them on my desktop of my phone, or whatever you call that. The face. I don't even know what it's called. And I'm on mine all the time. Okay? 67% of mobile users say that, you guys got to quit throwing these jokes out there while I'm talking. 67% of mobile users say that when they visit a mobile-friendly site, they're more likely to buy a site's product or service. The fastest path to mobile customers is through a mobile-friendly site. If your site offers a great mobile experience, users are more likely to make a purchase. I can't make it any clearer than that. I mean, these statistics don't lie. These statistics are there because somebody spent millions of dollars to figure it out. Okay? And guess what? You don't have to spend millions of dollars to figure it out, because I'm telling you right here on Wednesday night training, right here, all of this little group that usually shows up together, okay, we're all right here ready to roll. You're finding out firsthand. We don't have to spend $1 million to do the research. Carrie did the research for you, and I'm sharing it with you. Okay? Not having a mobile-friendly site helps your competitors. Now, let me tell you, I told you the first couple of things you need to tell them on the 6 and 10, okay? Go tell them that you're fixing to go down and sell their competitors. Roger Pineda does that all the time. Hey, let me show you what John just bought. John's got the advantage over you. John's pet store is kicking your butt because he's got the advantage over you. Okay? And that's just the way it is. When John's got the advantage over you, holy cow, man. Guess who's at the disadvantage? And guess who you need to be selling to? That's who you need to be selling to. I mean, I'm going to go into the if and when here in a minute, but I tell you, I build into that very quickly. I could almost jump into it now. A great mobile site experience is becoming increasingly important, and users will keep looking for a mobile-friendly site until they find one that works for them. That means your competitors will benefit if your site falls down on the job, and vice versa. Guys, I'll go back to the car deal. I Googled cars on the way to Dallas, Texas. The first site I came to, and I had to go through that about half a dozen. The first site that I came to was mobile friendly. I was actually able to search for the cars I was looking for. And guess what? That's exactly where we drove to. We knew what we were going to buy when we drove on the lot. 61% of users said that if they didn't find what they were looking for right away on a mobile site, they'd quickly move on to another site. 79% of people who don't like what they find on one site will go back and search for another site. 50% of people said that even if they like a business, now this is the kick in the pants, they will use them less often if their website isn't mobile friendly. I do searches for restaurants all the time. I'm looking for a menu and I'm looking for prices. If it's not mobile ready and I can't see it, guess what? I'm not going there because I want to know what I'm going to get before I get there. And with the prices rising the way they are today, especially beef, boy, if you don't check the steak prices before you go there, you're going to have to go get a loan before you go eat. Extremely important. Not having a mobile-friendly site helps your competitors. You have to explain that to these people. Guys, we're not in the sales business. We're not. I'm not here trying to sell you anything. You already bought it. I'm not here trying to sell you something new. I'm trying to show you what you need to do to educate your customers. We are in the education business. You do the same thing in the field that I do every Wednesday night on this webinar. You are there to educate your customers. Now, digital business card's a different thing when I sell it. Okay, somebody said, well, you don't do this with it. No, I don't do this with a digital business card. Because I'm going in with a low-end product. I've got to sell in 5 minutes or I'm getting out of there. Whole different scenario. I'm talking about the mobile apps, okay? This is the full-blown apps that like Fristo is selling, okay? Ryan Fristo is out there selling, okay? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the full-blown mobile apps. Non-mobile friendly sites can hurt a company's reputation. A great mobile site experience is becoming increasingly important, and users will keep looking for a mobile-friendly site until they find one that works for them. That means your competitors will benefit if your site falls down on the job, okay? 48% of users say they feel frustrated and annoyed when they get to a site that's not mobile-friendly. 36% said they felt like they've wasted their time by visiting those sites. We all been there. When you get where you're going and you're trying to pull that site up on your mobile phone, and that's where everybody's searching today, okay? Everybody's searching on their phone today, okay? It's frustrating because you expect to be able to see it. I mean, you're sitting there trying to squeeze it and take it away and all that crap. It gets old. It gets old. You know exactly what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. Okay? 52% of users said that a bad mobile experience made them less likely to engage with the company. 48% said that if a site didn't work well on their smartphones, it made them feel like the company didn't care about their business. What's the takeaway? While the research confirms that we already suspected that mobile users actively seek out and prefer to engage with mobile-friendly sites, it's a sobering reminder of just how quickly and deeply users' attitudes about companies can be shaped by mobile site experiences. Having a great mobile site is no longer just about making a few more sales. It's become a critical component of building strong brands, nurturing lasting customer relationships, and making mobile work for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you took that takeaway. I hope you heard what I said. Okay? What they already suspected. Mobile users actively seek out and prefer to engage with a mobile-friendly site. It's a sobering reminder of just how quickly and deeply users' attitudes about companies can be shaped by mobile site experiences. Isn't it a shame to think that you're walking into a business and you already know they're not mobile-friendly because you've already checked? Okay? Their website sucks to begin with because most of them do. They're hard to navigate and the information is not very good. Okay? You're walking in there. Yes, a lot of businesses do suck. Yes, they do. Thank you for that. You walk in there and you know that they need you. You know exactly what they've got to have. And you've got the product to give it to them, but you don't remember what to say. Guys, how about just telling them that? You know, non-mobile friendly sites can hurt a company's reputation. And take these figures right here, and I hope you're taking notes, and if you're not, take this video when I put it up tomorrow, and write these notes down. You need to have some of this stuff in the back of your head. Most of you go in cold calling. Not only are you cold calling, but you're calling cold. You don't have a clue what you're talking about. And I don't mean that in a personal way. It's just the truth. You know, I'll go into this in a minute, but it's the truth. Okay? Not only are you cold calling, but you're calling cold. You don't have any data. You don't know what to say, and I'm giving you everything you need to say right now. You need to explain this to your customers. You're not a salesman. You are an educator. Okay? Mobile is no longer the future. Mobile is right now. Okay? Mobile's not coming. Mobile is here. If you think for 2 seconds that next year mobile is really going to rise up, you know, you say, man, you know, and I hear this all the time, boy, Kerry, I know that next year, boy, my business is going to boom. You're on the wrong train. You're going in the wrong direction. Because I'm telling you right now, if you sit here tonight and you think for 1 second that mobile isn't huge, you are seriously wrong. Everybody on this call has a mobile phone. Every single one of you pick up that mobile phone and you use it. Every single one of you pick it up and look at it every single day and use it for something. I use mine I'll just go through mine real quick. All my emails, PayPal, my banking, GoDaddy when I need to search for website information, Pandora, of course, when I need to look for music. Aces, that's my favorite game. It's the only game I got on here. Let me see here. I don't really use any. Oh, voicemail, of course. Twitter, Instagram. My calculator, which I use all the time because I can't add. My alarm clock, my photos. Gosh, man, just all got maps for sure. Messaging, my text messages. I mean, I've got a ton of them in there right now that I've got to respond to. Okay. Gosh, my hotels that I stay at when I'm on the road, so I can and my QR code reader. I've got 3 of those on here. I've got a flashlight on here. I've got Firefox. I've got Google Chrome, and I've got the browser that came with the phone. My camera, of course. You see, mobile phone, it's not tomorrow. It's today. It's not the future. It was last year. Mobile is growing by leaps and bounds. And I'm going to talk to you here in just a minute. If you're sitting around waiting for something to happen, you're going to get passed right by. First off, is my website built for mobile users right now? 85% of smartphone users have searched for local information. Okay? Number 2, if somebody lands on my website right now using a smartphone, can they find everything they need to know about my business quickly? And is my phone number and email address tapped to contact? Let me tell you something. And I know you guys love to put those buttons on there. And I did a training not too long ago that said that the research says, and nobody listens to what the research says. Everybody wants to do it on their own. The research says you should have 6 to 8 buttons on the front of your phone, I think is what it was. Might have been 5 to 7. The fewer buttons you have on the front of that phone, the better off you are. If you have to put a bunch of buttons on there, put one button on there that directs them to a whole bunch of buttons. But do not put 50 buttons on the front of that phone. People are going to go away from it. It's information overload. They don't need it, okay? They do not need it. All right? I hope everybody understands that. They do not need it. Give them the information they're looking for. Tap to call. And a lot of people don't use the toolbar where you enable it or disable it, where you put the phone and the email and the Facebook at the top. When you don't do that, you just took up 3 buttons on the front of your phone. So if you will do that, if you will enable that, and disable the phone and the email in the list, okay, you just made up for 2 buttons. So now you can put more information on there. But your tap to call and your tap to mail is right there on the front of the phone. Okay? So it's extremely important when you design your phone. Some of you may be designing a phone right now for all I know. Okay? That it's easy to use. When you overburden an app with a bunch of buttons, you just as well give them a website that's crappy. Because it's information overload. They don't have time. Most of them are looking for directions, hours of operation, some about us information. If they want to have some sales information, if it's a car lot, put a button on there that says search our inventory and let it take them to another page that's got 50 buttons of cars on it. Because now that's what they're looking for. One button directs them to another part of the app, and that's where all the information is. Custom content is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Utilize it. Okay? Utilize it. Number 3, can a customer searching for my location find it quickly on a mobile phone right now? I don't know how many people do it. I've gone in and looked at a bunch of apps and it's not there. But you'll go in there and you'll see if the map is there. And guess what? The map isn't there. You know, the map's not there. And you ask yourself, why in the world is the map not there? And you say, well, maybe they didn't listen to the statistics. You know, maybe they didn't. Maybe you, the educator, don't realize that people are looking for directions. My mobile phone is my GPS. I use my mobile phone for every single thing. I plug it in, I put it on my dashboard, and it's my GPS. The biggest reason I like it is because it's constantly updated. I don't have to go on the internet and update my GPS, my mobile GPS, my little handheld GPS. Okay, my phone's updated automatically, and it updates almost every day. I don't know if you ever watch your GPS, but your GPS is constantly being updated. Okay, if you're not using the mapping system in this program, in this app program, shame on you. Shame on you. I mean, that customer information, that contact info page is there for a reason. It's very nicely laid out. It gives all the information, hours of service. Click on the email link. You can click on their website link if you want to. Okay? Most people's site aren't mobile friendly, but I put them in there. Okay? I never put the website on the front of the app. I see a lot of people do that. Don't never put the website where it says full URL. Huge mistake. You just took them out of the mobile app. And guess what you did? You took them out of the mobile app and took them to a site that's not mobile friendly because they didn't know who owned their website, so you was unable to put the code in the header of the website in order for it to redirect right back to the mobile site. And so what are they going to do? They're going to go to that unfriendly site and they're going to leave and they're not going to go back to your app. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand what I just said? Do exactly where it says full website on the button. Do not go in there. Do not go in there and put the full website on the front of that mobile app. Huge mistake. Huge, huge, huge mistake. Put it in the contact information, the business information. Okay? Because by the time they get there and they click out of it, they're done with the app anyway. Do your current customers recommend your website to others? your mobile site to others? Do they recommend your mobile site to others? Do you share it? Okay, you see the Facebook thumbs up there? That's on there for a reason. The share button, when you enable the toolbar at the top that's got the call, the email, and the Facebook page, that is a share button. Okay? It doesn't take them and post on, it's a share button. Okay? It shares that app on their Facebook page. Very important. And you need to educate your customers to that. Everybody that walks in there needs to share that. Everybody. Everybody. 50% of users say that they won't recommend a business with a poorly designed mobile site. It's got to look good. It can't be convoluted. It can't have a bunch of crap in it. It's got to be professional. I said this last week and I'll say it again. And I went in and I've been looking at a few mobile sites of people that their sites were kind of plain Jane. And after the last 2 weeks of training, when I went in and did the theme training and the color training and everything, guess what's starting to happen? Some people are starting to listen and they're building some really, really, really nice apps. How that app looks is everything, man. Everything. It's got to look good. It's got to navigate well, and it's got to give them the information they're looking for. If it does not, okay, they're not going to hang around. They're not going to hang around. Does my website, my mobile site, currently force mobile users to check out competitors? Okay, 40% have turned to a competitor's site after a bad mobile experience. Now, if you'll notice in each one of the sections that I've trained on, it's a lot of the kind of the same information. And I'm kind of glad because I hope I'm pounding it home. I hope I'm sharing with you the information that is vital to your success. It's extremely important. Does their current site force other mobile users to check out the competitors? Why would they check out competitors? Because their site sucks. It's not good. It's no good. So what you have to do is you have to make sure you design it where it's easy to navigate, it looks good, and it gives them the information that they're looking for. I want everybody to write that down. Get a pencil and paper. Easy to navigate, gives them the information that they're looking for, and it looks good. Trust me, there is some, and I'm not talking about you guys' sites. I'm saying there is some professionally done sites out there, mobile sites, that are just crap. You're better off going to the full website on your phone if you want to get the information. You can't find the click to call buttons. You can't get the navigation buttons to come up. The About Us information is about 2 lines. Johnny's been in business since 1962. Okay. You know what? I've known Johnny since 1962, and I knew he's been in business. I was kind of seeing if he had anything new going on. That About Us needs to change up a little bit. That's a way for you guys to create income for yourselves. Making changes to these apps are upsells. Let them know, hey guys, you know, stuff changes. Let's go in here and change this once a year, and it's going to cost you another $40. Keep the information fresh. Sales, coupons. And I'm going to go over some of that stuff. I'm going to go over coupons next week. We've not done that in a long time. I'm getting a lot of people starting to ask for it. And I will shock you, I don't use the coupon program that's in the system. Okay? I don't. I use a totally different coupon. I use the system, but I don't use that coupon program. Absolutely. And that's why. Those scratch-offs don't work on every phone. And it has nothing to do with phone. Matter of fact, let me hit this real quick. I don't want to get off subject. Someone asked about the icons coming up on mobile phones. It comes up on some, comes up on. It has nothing to do with Instant App Wizard. It's totally to do with the operating system of the phone. You would think that a Verizon phone, Android S4, and a Sprint S4 is the same phone. It's not. They are made specifically for those companies. Some phones have features that other phones don't. That is a feature of the phone. And not all phones carry those features. Now I'm going to go back here. Let me jump back real quick. And I'm going to close with this because I think this is very important. I've just given you all the data you need to go out and educate your people. Okay? Extremely important. If you don't go educate your people, you're going to lose sales. You're going to lose sales. So I want to talk about this just for a minute. We got about 20 minutes or so, and I'll probably take about 10 of it or so. Let's a couple people ask a question. It's not if, it's when. Let me give you a scenario. I talk to people all the time. Carrie, this just doesn't work. Carrie, this, I just can't make this happen. And I got somebody else that calls me right after that and says, boy, Carrie, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I did exactly what you said, and guess what, man? Sales are going out the door. And then you ask the person that's not doing well, you say, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing exactly what you told me to do. And then they start telling you, and you're saying, and what they're telling you is they're doing what you told them to do, but while in that process, they're trying to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is round, and the wheel rolls. Don't take proven things and change it. Let me tell you, the digital business card, I'm going to go to that. That's the scenario I'm talking about. I put out 3 or 4 weeks ago exactly what we did with the digital business card. We build digital business cards every single day of the week. It's to the point now where we're building 7 days a week. Okay? I've had so many people email me and say, man, you're not going to believe this. I did exactly what you said, and guess what? It worked. I remember somebody putting in a Facebook group, you know what? I went out and did this exactly the way it was put out, and man, it must have been a fluke because sales were great and now they suck. But then as you could read in that, you started seeing where they started changing everything up. And that's what I can't figure out. You know, if something works, as humans, the first thing we want to do is change it. So if it works now, it's going to work in the future. If it's not working for you now, it's when it's going to work. Okay? And when it happens, we always win. Okay? We always win. I give you a prime example. I like NASCAR. I like to watch them. I like to watch the pit stops more than anything. Okay? Because that is the most meticulous, time-sensitive piece of artwork I've ever seen in my life. Especially the tire changers. Have you ever, and I want you to do this. I want you to watch a NASCAR race this weekend if there is one. And I want you to watch a pit stop. And I want you to watch the tire changers. And I want you to watch the gas man. When they hit those lug nuts, they hit them perfectly almost every single time. It's not if they hit them perfectly, it's when they hit them perfectly that they win a race. Every single time. Why? Because they do not change what they're doing. If they change what they're doing, guess what they're not anymore? They're not a part of the team. Because they're not following instruction, they're not following direction, which is what wins the race. So what you have to do is get the if out of your brain. If will do nothing but crush you. Well, honey, if I make a sale tomorrow, honey, if next week, if people understand mobile marketing, boy, I could make a lot of sales. You know what? When you go out and educate your customers, when you go out and actually make a sale, when you actually go in and ask for the sale, when you actually go out and make something happen, then guess what will happen? You don't have to worry about the ifs anymore. You don't have to worry about the ifs anymore. I can tell you right now, I would say 95% of the people I talk to, when I talk to them about going out for sales, okay, and I talk to a bunch, and I talk to them and I say, tell me what you're doing. Because they always say, Kerry, I'm doing exactly what you said on last week's training. And I say, okay, tell me exactly what you're doing. And they start going through, and you'd be amazed at how many spots they miss. Now, they think they're doing exactly what we said, but they're not. Okay, because they got too many ifs in the way. If I could just make one sale, not if you can make one sale, when are you going to make a sale? If it takes you 50 people to go make a sale, then you better go talk to 50 people a day. But I can tell you now, if you're going out and selling correctly and not going out, this is what usually happens with salesmen. They're driving down the road and they'll pass 57 businesses that they need to talk to. And then they see a business that they probably aren't going to sell anyway, but it looks comfortable for them to go into. And they walk in and they start talking. They don't start selling. They start talking, and they start talking about everything except what they're there to talk about. Like some of the statistics that we just went over. And they talk 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 and they talk, and then guess what they do? They walk out the door and say, man, I think they're going to buy next week. What do you mean you think they're going to buy next week? Did you even ask them if they wanted to buy today? No, I didn't want to pressure them. That drives me crazy. Nothing drives me any crazier for somebody to call me on the phone and talk about how broke they are and how they're not doing anything and how they're driving up and down the road, and to talk to these businesses, and you say, well, did you ask for the sale? Well, no, I didn't want to pressure them. That's why you're broke. That's why you're not closing any deals. You know what? If you don't ask for the sale, if you don't ask for the order, you're never going to get it. That customer, that potential customer, is waiting on you to close the deal. He's waiting on you to say this, hey, John, I'm going to need $49.95 today and $49.95 when I deliver the app. Just sign right here and we'll get the paperwork started. Oh, okay. That'll work. Instead we say, well, John, I tell you what, buddy, I'm going to be back through next week. Why don't you think about it for a minute? And we're going to come back next week, and if you've thought about it by then, you just tell me if you want it or not. How about not asking John right now? Say, John, I tell you what, you've seen the entire presentation. You know you need this. You know it's going to help boost your business. I'm going to educate you on how to use the marketing system. We're going to get your SMS text messaging going. I'm going to show you how to blast this thing out so you bring in customers at the click of a button. And I need you to sign this paperwork today. It's going to be XYZ dollars down and XYZ dollars when I deliver the app, and I'll have it to you in 72 hours. Sign right here. My son used to say this when he was a roof salesman. Press hard, 3 copies. That was his motto in life. And when he closed the deal, that's exactly what he would tell the customer. Make sure, now when you sign this contract, make sure you press hard because there's 3 copies. He lived on that motto. Press hard, 3 copies. Now let me tell you something. It works. It doesn't work if you say, well, if, honey, if they would have signed the contract, I could have come in today with a sale. I'm sorry. Not if. When you ask for the sale, they'll sign the contract and you'll have a sale. You have to educate them. You're constantly educating them. You're telling them how great it is. You're telling them how you're going to show them how to use it. You're telling them how to go out and make the deal. You're going to also show them and tell them that they got to sign the contract. Education is the key to life. Period. We get nowhere without education. You know, believe it or not, my grandfather used to tell me, and I'm going to close with this story. Then we'll take a couple of questions. We got about 10 minutes. My grandfather used to tell us this all the time. He owned 5 and dime stores. He used to be the chief accountant for Woolworth in New York. And he came down to Texas and he opened up a string of 5 and dime stores. 5 and dime is kind of like the little Walmarts of the world before Walmart started up. And at Christmas time, we was allowed to go in. Now, this place was loaded with toys. At Christmas time, we was allowed to go in and pick out one toy for Christmas. That was our Christmas with our grandfather. But he used to always set us around in the floor and would give us words of wisdom. And I didn't think it was worth anything then. I wanted the toys. I could have cared less about the words of wisdom. But I'm going to tell you, he used to tell us something all the time. And it was me and my three brothers, and we'd all sit around, and grandfather would sit in his chair, and he smoked a pipe, and he smoked, I can't remember, it had the little king guy on the front of it. And anyway, but that's what he smoked. And it stunk like high heaven. And he would sit around with his pipe, and he'd say, boys, I want you to remember something. The day that you quit learning is the day that you died. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. And I was young when he'd tell us that. Little. And I always thought back then, boy, that is a crock of crap. I could be running around that dime store getting all the toys I wanted. But you know what? Today, I'm glad he gave me that instead of a toy. I really am. I am so thankful that he did what he did. Because I'm going to tell you what, because he did what he did, it took me a lot further knowing I needed to learn something every day than sitting in the corner saying, well, if this happens, I'll make some money. If this happens, I'll be okay. If this happens, it's not if it happens. It's when it happens. And when it happens, we, each and every one here, always wins. So with that, I'll take a couple of questions real quick, if there are any. I got a couple of minutes. Let me go ahead and show you real quick. Somebody's asking about the SEO thing. I knew they would. This is the Mobile Marketing Magician site that'll be up in a couple of weeks. You guys will have first swipe at that. Let me go in here to Instant App Wizard real quick. Hang on just 1 second. Let this come up. I'm not going to go through exactly on this. I'm going to train on it next week, but I knew somebody would ask, where's the SEO thing? Give me 1 minute. See right here where it says mobile app title and description right underneath general settings? Look there, mobile app title, description used for search engine SEO. Keyword it up, put it in there. It works just like the YouTube description thingy does. Okay? Exactly the same way. Click save, and that gets you SEO friendly. Okay? And it will spider that and find all your keywords. Absolutely. Next week, I'm going to teach you something using this right here. I'll go ahead and give you a tease. Using this right here that is literally changing my business. Absolutely changing my business. No. No, I'm not going to tell you now. It's next week's trading. We already did everything we're going to do this week. Everybody understand that? General settings, mobile app title and description, and here's your SEO box. Make sure you use that. Okay? Make sure you use that. Somebody asked me the other day how I make my icons. I make them out of 240 by 240, and I use Queerco. I'll go ahead and throw this in here real quick. Okay, I just upload the icon right here. I go browse, and it's in your system. I was shocked when somebody asked me. Like, here's what I made. I open that up. It's square. I always take this glossy effect off because I don't like it. Rounded corners, add drop shadow. Make the icon. I always come down here to the biggest one, the iPhone right here. I right click it. I save it. Bam. And there's my icon. You don't have to round the corners or anything in a program. It's done for you automatically. Okay? It's Queerco. It's right here. Somebody said, where is that? It's right here. Right here where it says mobile app icon. Okay? Upload your icon. Icon creator. It's been there since we built the system. Isn't that amazing? You guys, y'all aren't right, man. Y'all need some help. Y'all really need some help. Okay? Icon creators. And let me close with these two things right here. This is from my old buddy Zig, okay? As Zig always says, always ask for the order, and that's 99% of the reason you do not close your deals. All right, you do not ask for the order. I hate to tell you that, but it's the truth. Okay, you do not ask for the order. And guess what? Guess what else? You don't close the deal. You don't. Okay? If you don't ask for something, guess what happens if you don't ask for something? You don't get it. Well, you know what's funny? As young kids, we grew up asking for everything. Can I have a cookie? Can I have some milk? Can I have a Coke? Can I have this? Can I have some money? Daddy, 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 mama, 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 mama. Go back to that same mentality. Go back to your 5-year-old mentality when you asked your mom and dad for everything. Of course, my kids are in their 30s and they still ask for everything. Okay? Always ask for the order. And I got this from my son, the same one that said press hard 3 copies. He told me this when he first started selling roofs and he started training salesmen. He always would tell him the hardest door to open is the car door. If you do not open the car door and get your butt out of the car and walk into that business and start selling that app and educating that customer and asking for the order, guess what you're going to have at the end of the day? No. I can't say that, guy. I can't say that. I can't say that right there. No. But I will. I'll put it nicely. You have poo-poo. You don't have poo-poo. Y'all come up with that word quick. But that is right. You don't have anything. I mean absolutely nothing, guys. Nothing. Think about it. You have nothing. So, with that said, I want to thank. Any more questions, real quick? Y'all jumped all over the SEO thing. Oh, the slide. This slide right here. Yeah, I tell you what I'll do. I will. I'll put these slides out. I'll zip them up and put them online. But I can tell you, I'll give you an idea. This is the kind of content, and you see this is generic content. This is the kind of content that I'm putting in Mobile Marketing Magician. There's going to be tons and tons and tons of this stuff. Okay? I am literally, I'm purchasing the best of the best of the best for this site. Okay? It's going to be extremely inexpensive. Okay? You will not be able to purchase all the stuff you're going to get in that site for what you're going to, for the monthly fee. But you guys are going to have a very special deal come tomorrow. Okay? And it has nothing to do with the site, but you're going to be able, you'll see it tomorrow. And I want you to know it's going to be this site right here is what I'm talking about. Somebody said, "What are you talking about?" The Mobile Marketing Magician site. It's a members only site. Okay, and I'm going to do something special tomorrow for the App Wizard people because I'm going to reach out to you and ask for your help on something. So. But anyway, this is coming in 2 weeks. It's already being built now. All the data will be starting putting in it tomorrow. So Mobile Marketing Magician is coming. Okay, and do not forget this. And I close with this once again. It's not if, it's when. And when it happens, we always win. Man, I want to thank everybody. Thank you for the questions. There wasn't many, but there was a lot of jokes. If you guys could see the jokes coming my way, I don't know how I get through weekly training every week between the jokes and the jokesters. But you guys make it interesting. I love you to death. I thank everybody for coming out every single week. You mean so much to me, and this training means so much to me. And I want to bring you good content. And we're going to start bringing a lot of good content like this, okay? So, I've already decided, I've already started writing down some motivational things that I want to share with you every week that gets me through the day. And so I want to thank you. God bless you. I love you. And I will see you in the Facebook group.